What's going on there, YouTube? I am back for part 2 of the Marvel Extravaganza week that I have been going and doing reviews on all the different Marvel movies. I started off with one, which was Iron Man 1. This one is going to be Incredible Hulk 2. The next one I'm going to be doing is going to be Iron Man 2. The rules of this, though, it can only be the amount of time of 5 minutes. So after that little chime comes off, that's the end of this review. So I'm going to go ahead and start off the clock now, so we can kind of make this legit in a sense. I'm kind of just wasted about 30 seconds, so I apologize for that. Anyway, clock starts now. So this one's starring Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, Liv Tyler as Betty Ross, William Hurt is going to be General Ross, and then Tim Roth is Blonsky, or we will eventually call him Abomination. What I loved about this one, this capitalized on the one with Eric Bana, that played the original Hulk in the first movie that kind of came out, which is more of a roller coaster ride with thrills coming from the perspective of where he was dealing with his emotional parts, with trauma from his childhood, and it was kind of like adopted kind of sense of the mythology, whereas this one is grounded in the mythology of what Bruce Banner is all about. He is the thinnest, normalest, kindest, genius kind of a person that everybody would love. Like, all the girls would love to be with Bruce Banner. He's just such a nice person. And then you would never expect for him to go and transform into such an animal of rage and realization of what he can really truly be. And I loved how they, in the beginning of it, they kind of had it so that they show you a small snippet of the flashbacks of what happened, and with the, it kind of, to me, pushes away the old one, or the first one, but at the same time, it kind of makes mention to it. Even with the elements of talking about S.H.I.E.L.D. and some of the stuff that they were talking about, and even midway during the movie when they were trying to find Bruce, they said that, well, we got the S.H.I.E.L.D. op that's going actually and filtering everything that's going out through the internet. So if he uses his card or ATM or whatever, then he's going to be found from the S.H.I.E.L.D. services. So I thought that was really cool nuts. But in this one of the things that I really enjoyed is the fact that Edward Norton brought a humanity to Bruce Banner's character versus the bad taste in my mouth that I had in the first one. Like, I generally liked his character when he was in Brazil and working at the factory shop and trying to just make a difference and really kind of help. You could tell there was desperation there when he was going through the different trainings to try to suppress his anger, you know, in the breathing regiments, or even like maintaining exercise, keeping the dog, all the normal things that a person would try to do to supplement from worrying about rage or outbursts. But then trouble always finds him no matter what, and that's one of the things about the old TV show. They actually had the old tune theme that happened when he had his first transformation. But like, Bruce Banner is always on the run. No matter what, he's almost like a damned soul in the sense of what happened to him. But one of the things that happened in this one is that they got Eli Roth, or his character that's going to be eventually Abomination. He's actually trying to track him down per General Ross instructions, and so they get to him in Brazil and stuff like that, and they try to hand him down, and he hadn't had an outburst in years, and then all of a sudden he had the outburst, and they truly understood what they were really getting themselves into, the ones that lived anyway. But Blonsky decided he wanted to actually get a little bit something to cut the edge in between what they were dealing with, and General Ross actually had the super soldier serum that we're gonna eventually be talking about it when I get to the Captain America review, because like, there's even a mention at the end of this. I thought it was the most awesome, like, kind of spoiler into what's going to come from the Avengers, is Tony Stark shows up at the end when General Ross is kind of defeated, and he'd already messed up because in deliberately giving him the super soldier serum, he wanted more, and they tried to advance it twice, and to the point that Bruce was trying to find a way to suppress or cure his problem. And so he met up with this person that was what he called Mr. Blue, and they suppressed it. But then when they got captured and stuff like that, the guy, Blonsky, he went and he was like, I want this power. And he had on top of the super soldier serum the same exact thing that Bruce went through, and then that caused an Abomination. And that was General Ross's real failure. But Tony Stark shows up, he was like, super soldier program was something that should have been kept on ice for a reason, you know? And he was like, what if I told you we have put a team together? And kind of, General Ross was like, what? Because he was just so messed up and defeated. But I thought that was a really good nitpick that Marvel always capitalizes on, and making the best ways of segue into the next one. But the action on this one was on point. The love story was believable between Bruce and Betty. And one of the things that I did appreciate is that Betty Ross was not a pushover. She really was there for him. Like when there was peaceful moments when he was at the rocks and rain was pouring down, she calmed him down. Even towards the end when he was trying to actually get the serum that they need, she had to be on top of him and really just trusting him. Up until the point that like one of the most epic fights happened in this one. That's why I really love this one, is the Abomination and the Hulk fight. Like it was a no holds bar fight, and CG was actually pretty good, especially from that time frame. I think that it's gonna be, oh no, it's over with. That was unfortunately the narc. But I've really enjoyed the action in this one. I thought that every single time they went and did the transformation was on point. Every single thing they did with the CG, it was notably done a certain kind of specific way. And I just really enjoyed the movie generally. It put the old one out of my mind, and it put this new, refreshed Bruce Banner that I actually love. But now it's going to be taken over by Mark Ruffalo, which I'm going to be talking about later when I do the Avengers review. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my short 5-minute review of The Incredible Hulk. If I had to give it a review, I'd give it a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, now I'm about to go check out Iron Man 2. Later everybody, this is SCL0320 with your 5-minute review. Later.